It's the return of the Sweaty Plebs podcast.
Howdy, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Sweaty Plebs podcast. This is your host, El Falknero.
And this is your favorite neighborhood man, Dylan.
All right, we're keeping it. All right. Welcome back. I have been gone. It's been a couple weeks since we had an episode. I've been out of the country. I was going to say out of the islands for a sec, brah.
I mean, everything's an island if you try hard enough.
That's true. If you scale big enough, right? Or scale small
Yeah.
enough. I was overseas and couldn't get any. My hardware couldn't do any recordings, anyways, that I brought with me. But I happened to capture some Mario Odyssey gameplay on my travels.
So yeah, you want to touch on that?
Yeah.
I guess we're going to be attempting to provide more content than just our beautiful voices.
Yeah.
Although our beautiful voices will probably still make an appearance in that content.
Sure.
So
I think for now, at least for what I'm getting, I'm going to capture some. I captured Mario Odyssey. I got like 5 hours of gameplay. I broke it like hour episodes, and I'll start posting those. I'm thinking maybe Fridays or Saturday. Just put them up on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's full commentary gameplay, so I'm talking the whole time. And then hopefully we can start collecting some. We could do some multiplayer gameplay with like Apex, and then like cutting it up and doing video editing. Or we could do more single player gameplay because we both do enjoy single player games. So I'm not sure how we want to.
I mean,
approach
most
that.
of my single player gaming is on the Switch, which is a little bit harder to record, at least in my situation. Still, my computer broke 2 years ago, and I just never got it fixed.
Yeah, so
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll figure out some solutions for you. But for now, like I have some gameplay I'm going to post. I have like 5 hours. I'll probably play the whole game and just post the whole game in series, and then probably a review at the end. I'll do like a 10-minute or a 5-minute episode of a quick review.
Yeah, you should definitely play that whole game. It's a good game.
Yeah. So
I mean, I didn't 100% it, but I played a lot of it and beat like the main stuff and like the harder stuff. So it's good. It's a fun game.
yeah. So I'll definitely do that. But now we're back. While we were gone, we had some people from overseas subscribe our channel.
Hello.
Hello. If they bother watching is a different story.
Yeah, I mean,
But it's much appreciated.
yeah. Follow us.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. We're really bad at commentating and responding, but we'll do what we can. In the meantime, let's get to the news. We have 2 weeks worth of news. I don't even have all the news that I saw on our docket.
Yeah. This is 2 weeks chopped up into a lot less news.
Yeah.
But it be kind of crazy to do a super long episode.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it's possible, but
I'd rather keep
Not
our
today.
episodes under an hour. So let's
Yeah.
go ahead and jump into it. Let's start with Microsoft news. Big ones was they have the limited edition Xbox One X for
Yep.
it's like $500. It's pretty sweet, man. It looks really sick.
It looks cool and it makes those cool noises when you turn it on and off.
Yeah.
For me, like a limited edition console has never been something I've been interested in. I just want something that's going to play the games the best that they'll be played,
Sure.
which the X is that, but do you want to pay, $100 more than the normal cost? I know obviously this probably has like a bigger memory or something, but you could, if you play your cards right, you can find a deal where you pay $100 less and get some add-ons
Sure.
like I did.
I mean, it's definitely
So-
for the fans, right? There
Yeah.
are some big Gears fans, and I'm sure like that, and I'm sure there's Gears fans that didn't never upgraded to the X and was like, "Whoa, this is
Yeah.
it."
Although some may say this is the wrong time to update.
Yeah, absolutely,
There's
absolutely,
maybe bigger, better things
yeah.
coming up
So
down the road in the next year.
in the next year, and there'll probably be a Halo special edition, which
You know what?
I'll probably buy it for an extra $100.
I did have the Halo Special Edition 360 or
Yeah.
whatever, the Halo Reach one, and I love the look of that one. So I take back everything I said about not not caring what it looked like. That one was sick.
So I anticipate a Halo Infinite version, and yeah, I might buy it if it's available at launch. We'll see.
I, you know, just getting into the X, whatever it was, like a couple months ago, 2, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
It'll be a pass for me, but
Who knows?
I'm
Yeah.
still excited if they do a new Xbox
Sure.
special
Yeah.
edition. I'd be more interested in
Well,
that.
that's what I meant. The Scarlet
Yeah. Oh,
Halo
okay.
Edition. Yeah, Scarlet Halo Edition. Since it's going to be a launch title, it'd be dumb if they.
They'll probably
Yeah,
add
I mean,
that.
it'd be dumb if they
Maybe
didn't.
not right away, but soon.
With that said, the controller, the special edition controller, which you can buy separately, is pretty dope.
Yeah. Another thing I never have really invested in are the special edition controllers.
Mm-hmm.
I've always just had like the plain one, besides when I did have that Halo Reach Xbox, which those controllers are pretty dope. But,
Yeah,
you know, all I needed to do is for all the buttons to work
it's fair.
correctly.
It's. I mean, you're not
Uh,
wrong.
but I do like how the buttons are just black. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Although that would mean that I could never play with my girlfriend and let her use that controller because she only knows the buttons
The
by the
color.
colors. Yeah. So
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I think it's cool. It's great for the fans. It's kind of crazy. They're also doing like other peripherals. So that like Razer is doing their lap, like their keyboard and mouse wireless one that's supposed to go on your lap. They're doing like a special edition of that. It's like $300.
hard
Hard
pass.
pass. And then
Yeah.
they have the external hard drives. They're doing also the like a 2 terabyte and it's like a 2 terabyte and like a 4 or 5 terabyte version of it of the external ones. I think that's crazy. That's so big.
It's something that I mean, games today are massive. Like what was GTA like 100 plus gigabytes or something?
It's true.
200?
I think
Yeah,
I
500.
was reading somewhere, and they're talking about Destiny 2, the Shadowkeep expansion that's coming out, and I think the full install is like
It's like
147.
160.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
big.
But I believe that's with all of the other
Yeah.
content too. So it's not as bad as just like the one expansion being that big,
Hmm.
but still it's a lot of
It's pretty
space, you
significant.
know. Like
Yeah.
when I was on my old Xbox, I maxed it out and I was constantly like deleting and re-adding games, and then I had a external hard drive which solved that problem for the most part, but
Yeah.
still that it was only like a 1 terabyte hard drive, and it was like, well, this is only twice as big as the Xbox. Like I'm gonna fill this up too.
I'm at
And then
80% on my X. 70, 80%.
I believe I'm around 50 or 60. But I did just download a bunch of games that I haven't actually played.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just downloaded them just for the sake
Me
of
too. I
downloading.
have a bunch just sitting there. I've yet to touch.
Yeah.
But oh well. Let's go into other news. Halo Reach on Xbox One's getting delayed. I guess there's some memory leak issues. So they said they're not only going to launch it when it's ready, which is fantastic.
I'm glad they're going to launch it when it's ready because that Master Chief Collection has had enough problems already. But it's sad,
Yeah.
sad but good news.
We're gonna get it
that's my
eventually,
favorite.
right? We're gonna get it
Yeah.
eventually, and that's all that matters. I've already beaten them, right? It's not like I'm like in a rush to play it again.
Yeah. I just want to play with the DMR online. That's pretty much it. But I'll live without that. Like I have other things to do.
I do find it's crazy. They're completely revamping the progression system, the armor customization. They're like essentially creating brand new content or updating content. It's not just like just a simple remaster.
Yeah. We'll see how that is implemented. I mean, they remastered the armor stuff
Yeah.
for the other games, and they just made it shitty and way less customizable. So
Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time going back to the older Halos, honestly, after playing Halo 5.
oh man, I still love Halo 3. I think that's probably one of the most fun like arena shooters of all
Sure.
time. But I do really like Halo 5 and just the speed of the game and how quickly you can get around. I hope that's something they keep in Infinite.
Yes, me too. But I think it's wonderful. I think 343 really cares about the community. I think they really care.
I think they really just care about getting the Halo brand right.
Yeah,
They don't want to fuck it up
yeah.
any more than they
It's
have.
always like weird hit and misses because Halo 4, I actually enjoyed the story. I don't know if you played it, but I actually really enjoyed the story. But then the multiplayer was a little hit and miss,
Yeah,
right?
I played the Halo 4 story and I remember thinking that was okay.
Yeah,
Um, but I did not like the online at all.
yeah,
I couldn't tell you a single thing about the Halo 4 story though, except for that they introduced, what is it, the Prometheans?
yeah.
That's pretty much all I remember, but it was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. But we'll see. I think they're gonna get it right on this. Third time's the charm.
I mean, we'll see.
We'll see. But so that's that news. What else we got? Fuck, there's so much going on.
There's a lot. Well, you've also got here Obsidian is not a crunch studio.
Yeah,
I right now that to me that's just PR speak.
sure. Well,
It's just they're trying to get out ahead of stuff and maybe draw other, you know, talent to their company.
I think so. That's a good
Um,
point. I mean, with Outer Worlds coming out very soon,
mm,
and that's getting a lot of buzz, and they're re-releasing all their a bunch of their like older titles. I think.
I hadn't heard about that. I mainly know about, is it Outer Worlds?
It's Outer Worlds.
Outer
Yeah.
Worlds, Outer Wilds, Outer something else. There's so many
Yeah.
games that are so
It's
similar.
Outer Worlds.
Outlands. Um, yeah, that game looks sweet. And I'm glad that people are, or at least they say that people are not being put into a crunch
Yeah.
to get it done because I'm gonna play that game for sure since it's coming out on Game Pass day one.
Yeah.
And I'd rather not feel bad about enjoying a game. Typically, like if something gets super bad press, I'll kind of not play it
Hmm.
unless it's like something super fun or that something all my friends are playing.
Like Borderlands 3, right?
I mean, I'm gonna play that for sure.
Exactly, but I mean, they
Yeah,
do get a bunch of bad press, but people are still
they
going to
get a lot of bad
play the
press.
crap out of it. So,
Um, I don't know. We'll see. Like, hopefully, it's still a good product.
hmm
Maybe everybody's happy and able to get things done on a schedule, but not something that feels like they're being forced to, destroy their life.
yeah,
And everybody will be happy with the result too. We'll see. I don't know,
I think,
but
yeah,
I feel like it's kind of weird to just come out and say that because I don't think anybody was really questioning them, as far as I could tell.
yeah. I think it's just an industry thing right now because a lot of like rock stars known to be a huge
I mean, 2K.
2K. Treyarch had it. Epic Games is heavily known for it.
Hmm.
Um, even NetherRealms that do the Mortal
It's a
Kombat
lot
and
of
Justice series.
yeah.
It's for the most part, it's always been kind of a this is how the industry is. So
Hmm.
people that I guess like developers that are not crunch studios are just a smaller.
Trying to get it out
Yeah,
there.
well, yeah, they're trying to let them be known, but also like it's kind of a change in the industry in a way, right? Because that's not how they operate, and that's not how the industry's operated for so long.
Hmm.
But who knows? Maybe you're right. Like it's a PR stunt to attract attention to their platform because I think Outer Worlds is going to do fairly well.
Pretty good.
I think it's going to do fairly
Yeah.
well. It's had really good press. I've seen some initial preview
It's
and gameplay, and it looks
yeah,
good.
it looks decent.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, plus it's a Fallout game in space,
I think
pretty much, which is what
I think that's the big part of it.
everybody wants.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's
If
the
it's a
huge
Fallout
part.
game that
Yeah.
works,
Well, I think
that's what everybody
with
wants.
Bethesda being like such a bad guy in the past couple years,
Hmm.
people are really hungry for that type of game, but by a different developer. And people loved
Yep.
New Vegas,
Hmm.
right?
So if there is going to be one that's, I don't want to say Fallout killer, but like for all intents and purposes, like the Fallout killer.
Yeah.
Like Fallout's not going to die. And they're going to release another game after 76, and it's going to fucking sell like crazy. But I could see this one bringing a lot of people over and just saying like, maybe we don't need that to play that next Fallout. We'll just wait for the next Obsidian game.
Yeah. And
so
maybe that's what Microsoft was going at. Like, I think they're looking at Obsidian, going, "Hey, they're creating this really great game that has a cult. This developer has a cult following, and Bethesda's looking not great. Let's jump on this type of game type, like this genre, and see if we can help it grow. And like, let's give this developer a shit ton of money, and
I think they're hoping that it'll be their next
cash cow,
big space adventure game.
Yeah.
Like they hope Mass Effect 1 would be. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes.
I think Phil Spencer made a comment about Outer Worlds, and specifically Outer Worlds 2. Because right now, Outer Worlds is not an exclusive, but Outer Worlds 2 is probably going to be an exclusive.
I also saw, I don't know who said it, but somebody on the Xbox team said they would like their games to be available to gamers.
Mm-hmm.
So take that like as you will.
Yeah, but that could be just mean to play anywhere, right, in their ecosystem available to gamers.
That's true.
Right?
I didn't think of it like that, but I could, also see them with what they've done with like Nintendo this year and like Cuphead. I could see them letting their games go wherever, like down the road, and just just be in the business of selling games and making money.
Oh, I sent you that Twitter of Reggie shouting out Microsoft for the Gears of War achievement.
My body is ready.
Yeah, my body is ready achievement in Gears of War. That's such a cool thing for them to do.
I mean, Reggie's retired. He could say whatever he wants about anybody now.
That's true. But I'm just saying,
it's like Magic Johnson leaving the Lakers. He's allowed to tweet again.
But for Microsoft to say like, "Hey, here's an achievement for you. You're this big guy at Nintendo," and like just that mutual respect between two different competing.
I mean,
like it's just cool. It's cool that the gaming world is like, we're all friends here. Let's treat each other like friends, right?
Some. I mean, somewhat.
Sure, but
there's still a lot of like fanboys and whatnot.
Someone needs to take the lead at the same time, though, right? Someone needs to go like, we don't have to behave a certain way, right? We can be friends and we can have fun and support each other on top of making competitive products.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm glad to see that my two favorite companies are leading that.
Yeah, me too. It's very exciting. Exciting times, man.
Yep.
Other exciting things. Let's get to Mixer.
Did you want to touch on what the Xbox boss said, since it's sort of along that line?
You're right. That's good. Let's get into that. You're right. It is exactly on that line. Yeah. So, Phil Spencer mentioned was talking about like people, pretty much to the fanboys, right? Like each group wants the other product to fail, and he said it isn't the way the industry works today.
No.
Yeah. Gaming is not going to get better if PlayStation is not a brand or Nintendo is not a brand.
Yep. You need a competition to push everything forward.
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm going to play the games where I want to play them, but I want everybody to do well and keep pushing each other and make it more fun to play.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And I think that's going to be the mantra leading into Scarlet, right? It's going to be that, like, we're here. I want you.
Doesn't matter what they do.
Exactly. Be caring more about like, we just got to make the best games for us, and then if they're making great games, that's wonderful too.
Yeah. I mean, heck, I hope Sony makes great games, because I will probably at some point get the new PlayStation and probably want to play some of those games.
Yeah.
So
I think it's wonderful. But I think we're going to keep hearing that for the next year. I mean, that's going to be part of that's part of the PR hype anyways, leading into the next console generation, right? Like, who's the friendliest product or platform, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Plus, it's just, you're getting people talking about the next generation and thinking about it too. So, Seems like a smart move all around,
I would say so. Good.
and not the bad thing.
Yeah, it's not a bad.
Like the correct
Yeah, it's the correct thing to
thing to
do.
say. Yeah.
Yeah, we would think that, but people do other things too.
Yes, they do.
So,
Bad people.
and more PR stunts on Microsoft's end.
Yes.
Let's talk about the little streaming service that is Mixer.
I like it. I mean, I'll watch it every once in a while. I probably watch that more than I watch Twitch just because like you stream on that and I'll watch you play. And I'm not really like into like the whole streaming community, I guess. Um, but they did make their big splash move, probably, or their biggest move ever. They got the big guns from Twitch. They brought the Ninja.
Brought the Ninja.
So he is now streaming exclusively on Mixer for probably some crazy six-figure contract, which is, insane. I think I saw that he had already hit like his average a couple times on Mixer,
Yeah.
like his Twitch average. So
That's awesome.
seems to be going fine for him. He's probably making more money, and
Yeah.
that's all great. Should probably work out for Microsoft in the long run too, because you got the biggest streamer and more people will watch there, and maybe more streamers will come there and get in that ecosystem. So
Yeah, so
we'll see.
Well, it's interesting because they pulled him. It's a good time to do it because they're building into the next, again, console generation. They probably have him on contract for 1 to 2 years. And I don't know if you know, but Ninja was originally a Halo fanboy.
He was originally a pro Halo player.
Yeah. So it's kind of like this interesting timing of getting, right?
Yep. Oh, they'll get him at what seems to be sort of the tail off or the start of the tail off of Fortnite, and then he'll be ready to go for Halo once it comes out.
Yeah.
So
I think it's good.
Seems smart for them.
Yeah, I would say so.
Although we'll see how his content changes if he does become a Halo specific streamer, because that's a very different game.
I don't think
Fortnite.
So. I think he knows his demographic, and he's going to stick to whatever appeals to that demographic.
Well, I guess I hope so for his sake, because I've seen some clips of him not being very chill playing Halo.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean,
we'll leave it at that.
That begs the question of like, Microsoft, are they going to announce more acquisitions, like exclusive streamers?
Probably, but who would you go after next? I mean,
I'm not really into the streaming scene, so I mean,
Yeah.
I know Ninja because he's the biggest streamer. I mean, he streamed with Drake, right? So this kind of one of those guys. I don't know. I'm sure there's other really well-known streamers out there that they could offer a huge six-figure contract and pull them over to Mixer.
they're probably looking into that right now.
Yeah.
But until it happens, I don't want to speculate because I don't know enough about that community.
But
sort of related to this. So ever since Ninja left Mixer
or Twitch,
left Twitch. Twitch basically has been using his landing page to promote other streamers. It's just like a variety of other streamers playing Fortnite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they took off all of his content. Basically, it just says like, this streamer has gone to a different place or something like that. And then we'll say there's a little video or a little box that says, check out these like 5 streamers or the 5 top streamers playing Fortnite right now.
Huh.
And recently, somebody was streaming porn in the Fortnite section, and Twitch put that stream in the box. And it's probably just like, these are the top 5 right now, so we're just going to put those ones in there. But it's Ninja called them out, I believe, yesterday or the day before, and it was just like, yeah, that's kind of messed up. Like, yeah, I'm not on there anymore, but that's still my brand, and you're
Yeah, you can
basically showing porn to kids, and it's
in
sort
my
of tied
name.
to my
Yeah,
name. Yeah. Um, so that was exciting, I guess. I
that's
didn't
crazy. That's pretty
I
funny.
don't watch any of
Yeah,
it, but
that's pretty crazy.
yeah, not good. And pretty sleazy for Twitch to do, in my opinion. Like if he's gonna be gone, you're gonna like use his page to promote
Sure.
other people. Like just take it
Take
down,
it down.
you know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I could see if this mixer swap is shown somewhat successful, there may be a little bit of an exodus from Twitch to Mixer, simply because I know some of Twitch's marketing and some of the stuff they've done have been a little bit more shady
Not yeah.
of recent.
I know a lot of people are mad at Twitch in general. Um, Nobody's really mad at Mixer because they haven't
Yeah,
been big enough or done enough to,
to cause it.
I guess, yeah, have people mad at
Yeah.
them. That'll come, for sure. I mean, it's the internet. People are going to get mad. But for now, capitalize and keep getting new
Yeah,
people.
it's great. Actually, there's a really cool feature I never really paid attention to on Mixer. It's called. You ever see the hype zone?
Yeah.
Do you know how that works?
No, absolutely not.
It's manually curated by a person, and it
Uh-huh.
rotates streamers in playing that game every 30 minutes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because right now I think like, and I've read into it like Twitch. Like, how do you get like market yourself on Twitch? You actually don't, because
You play with other people.
yeah, that's the only way is to collaborate. But it's
Yeah.
really hard to do on Twitch, like because there's no like likes. Like Instagram has the likes and comments, and that's how they determine algorithms and stuff. But
Mhm.
Twitch doesn't really have that. It just really just shows people that have the views, but it's not really based off of like a more sophisticated algorithm like that. And that's where like the Mixer's hype zone is better, because like they're actually manually pulling people and showing you for 30 minutes like a spotlight essentially. Here's a
Yeah.
spotlight. All right, next person playing this game, spotlight, and
Yep.
just rotating.
Maybe you'll catch somebody's eye or
Yeah, exactly.
have them follow you.
So it's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. And that's just me like barely jumping in and seeing what the differences are. Other than we stream on it from time to time, and the co-streaming feature is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. That's what I like about it.
Yeah,
It's just easy to stream from your Xbox.
yeah. So not me, because apparently my bitrate is all messed up. So mine's
Yeah.
garbage.
I mean, yours doesn't look very good
Uh-uh.
at all. All right. Let's move on. Slide on down.
All right, so this is not a game we'll either play ever, but the Microsoft Flight Simulator that's coming out is essentially based off of cloud technology, that xCloud technology, because the
Hmm.
game itself, like the whole world, is like 1 pentabit of data.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and like no one is ever gonna have a hard drive that big.
Yep.
So that's how they had to build it off of the xCloud, or just the Azure servers essentially, to make that game work. So it streams the data in. I think that game is more of a,
Showpiece.
yeah, like a tech piece essentially. Like,
Yeah.
look what our tech can do.
Yeah. I mean, I know that a lot of people do like that,
Yeah,
like flight simulator style game. Not super for me, but if it works well, I'd certainly be interested in at least looking at it and checking it out.
yeah. I would like to just like fly around San Francisco, just so I could see like, because it's supposed to display everything in like 4K and blah blah blah.
Yeah. Those videos they showed at E3 looked really nice.
Super good.
But
So I'm just kind of curious, like how good the tech is. It's supposed to probably be like a 1 hour of gameplay, and that's about it.
yeah, for me, it'd be like 45 minutes of how do I take this thing off and then
Crashing.
immediately crashing it into something.
It's a cool display of tech. I think I'll be interested in checking it out a little bit. And
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's
it's a Microsoft game, so you probably play it on Game Pass,
yeah,
I assume.
yeah.
not gonna buy a flight stick for it or anything though.
Oh, come on. You have all the room for it.
I mean, I do have room, just not that much.
All right.
Uh,
Speaking of Game Pass, let's get in it, man.
yeah,
We have a great Game Pass coming up.
it it is good. You know, Slay the Spire, I love it. It's the best game of the year.
God, I played so much
At
Slay.
I mean, at least for Nintendo or like on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Downwell, great.
Mm-hmm.
Jackbox Party Pack.
Correct.
I'd love to download that and play that, especially if, like you can play it, you know, online, I guess.
Sure.
Um, it's exciting, but you know, those are a lot of games that I've already played. But
Yeah.
if you haven't played them, you're in for a treat for sure.
Yeah. Slay the like every indie game, I buy it on the Switch and then it get releases on Xbox, which is fine because I don't prefer to play the games on Xbox. Those games on Xbox.
Yes,
Right.
I like to have that in my hands,
In my
on my bed.
hands.
Yes.
But, you know, for those that don't have a Switch, Slay the Spire, gotta play. It's a must play. It's a must play.
Yep. So much fun.
If you're into roguelike games, if you're into deck building games that one happen to fuck, that's pretty much the
Oh,
game.
jeez.
So
Yeah, I didn't like deck building games like at all before this, but this is like I'll play it 6, 7 hours
Easy.
straight sometimes.
yeah, I was when I was in the Philippines, I was like, oh man, I gotta start recording. I gotta do Mario Odyssey. I want to get a bunch of hours in. I only did 5 hours. I wanted to do more than 5 hours, but I would like put Slay on, and then I would have like a TV show on my tablet, and like 6 hours go by. I'm like, ah, god damn it.
It's perfect. Yeah, that's the best way to play.
I didn't even realize
It's a perfect
I was
game
like,
for
ah!
that. Yeah.
But
Although I still make those like dumb mistakes. It's like
all the time.
I really should have played that other card,
Yep.
and I didn't because I was watching something while I was playing.
Yep. All the time. Every time we're not paying attention to like what the debuffs are or their buffs are. Ah, so dumb.
Yep.
So dumb. But that's great. So Spire, Jackbox 2.
I
Fantastic.
hear that's the best one
Is
too.
it? Cool. So
That's what I heard.
I have my spare Xbox in the living room. We're gonna have to have another barbecue. Let's go.
Hawaiian style this time.
Yep, let's do it.
Fully down.
Pandemic. If you're not into tabletop games, or if you are into tabletop
Yep.
games, Pandemic is a fantastic cooperative multiplayer game. And now,
Yeah, I played the board game version of it, and it's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'd have to see how that translates to the console.
Yeah.
For me, it's a fun board game, so give it a shot,
Yeah.
I guess.
yeah. I mean, I own it and I play it. I love it. But it's on console, so maybe you could play that too on barbecue day. I don't know.
I mean, it just depends on when it comes out.
Yeah.
Um,
Most important game on here is the Crickets game. It's like NBA 2K. Same.
do you hear that? Do you hear the crickets at my house? No, that is not the most important game. I mean, I know a lot of people like cricket, so I'm not gonna like bash it or anything. I don't know anything about it, and I don't intend to learn about it from playing a video game.
No, it's fine. I have no interest in it.
Yeah.
I mean, out of the 4 console games coming out, for me, 3 out of 4 is not bad.
Nope. I mean, that might be the best game of them all, the cricket game. We just don't know.
We don't. I mean, we'll never know. We'll never
Yeah.
find out.
There's a chance.
Their monetization system is on point.
Who knows? Somebody knows. Microsoft knows. I will say that I don't know if you saw it. I think I told you about it. Devil May Cry is probably going to be sneak drop announced. People suspect at Gamescom for Game Pass. Devil May Cry 5, the newest one, the one that came out like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. So
I'm 100% on board. I've been
Yep.
wanting to play
Keep
it.
your-
It's on my playlist.
I've considered buying it like 3 times, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I've never played any other Devil May Cry. I don't want to jump in and or maybe not like it. So now I don't have to, or
Yeah,
Hopefully I don't
hopefully.
have
I've heard great things. Like some people are saying game of the year. It's kind of crazy the amount of reviews it's getting for that type of game.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm gonna play it, so
Yeah. But
you'll have a full review soon. Hopefully.
let's get into August games with gold.
Yes. A decent month, I guess. Like Gears 4, if you haven't played it, it's a decent game.
Mm-hmm.
Torchlight, great game.
Great game.
Uh, although that one is, I believe, only co-op, like couch co-op. You can't play it online,
Oh,
which
I mean,
is too bad.
it's a little shame. I mean, it's free, so it's like,
Yeah. You know, I actually haven't tried it. Somebody just told me that,
oh, okay.
and I just took their word for it.
I've only played Torchlight 2 on PC, so and I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like action RPGs like Diablo, it's great. It's has a lot lighter tone and feel, but it is fun. I recommend
Yeah.
it.
I mean, if you have Xbox Live Gold, you should just download
Just get it.
all of these probably.
Yeah.
Forza, I'm not a big racing game, but that's the one if you want to play them.
Mm-hmm.
Castlevania Lords of Shadow, I never played this one, I don't think.
Is this the 3D
But-
one?
I'm not certain.
Yeah, because I know they did like a 3D platforming version.
Yeah. Who knows?
Cool.
Again, they're all probably pretty good games.
Mhm.
Probably some of the better games you've seen in a while, at least on
Yeah.
Games with Gold.
It's a good selection. All right, let's get into Nintendo
All right.
news.
Slide on down.
It's a pretty light week for Nintendo news.
There's probably a lot more. We just are skimming it.
Yeah.
Let's touch on this theme park. What do you think about this? I didn't actually see this until now, so
Yeah, so they're adding
Tell me about
a
it.
Super Nintendo World to the Universal Studios in Osaka, Japan.
Okay.
No timeline, but then there's also the chance that Universal plans to expand Nintendo Land to Hollywood and Orlando locations, which I would be 100% on board for.
that would be more interesting to me because
Yeah, I would go.
I don't want to go that far.
I might go to Japan next year, so might be on my list if it's out to do.
Well, you got to plan around it then,
Yeah.
because there's no timeline.
Yeah, so we'll see. Either way, that's cool. I hope they do more of that. I'm surprised there isn't, like, Nintendo just doesn't do their own standalone theme park.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about this in a sort of recent episode where they're opening, what was it, their second or third
Store and
store
Yeah.
in Tel Aviv
Yeah.
or something, which, I feel like that should be something that's in every big city and probably have like, each city have its own theme. Like, this month we're going to be the Zelda store and
Yeah.
find all your rare Zelda stuff here. And then if you want Mario stuff, you got to go to the New York location or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Who knows why they don't do it?
It's Nintendo doing Nintendo.
Yeah.
They just do weird stuff sometimes.
Although, if that means they're going to spend more money on games and game development and making things better, I think I would prefer that because as interesting as like these sideshow things, I don't want to say sideshow, but extracurricular activities are, like I'm really a Nintendo fan for the games and I want the games to be fun first and foremost.
Most definitely.
Vouchers are gone.
Yeah.
You did a bad
I did
job. I
terrible.
reminded you multiple times. I've actually used one. I bought Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's a lot of fun. Man, that game is intense though.
Is it?
I think I've almost played it 20 hours and I still feel like I'm in the beginning. Like
That's intense.
That's
intense.
I feel like I'm like maybe a third of the way through, and there's like many times where I'm like, you know what? I just gotta mash through this text because
I don't have time to read.
I don't have time to read all this, and like I'm not gonna remember all this stuff. It's a good game. I fully recommend it. I'm gonna be at least this playthrough, and I'll probably give another one of the houses a try.
And call it.
Sort of interested in the yellow house, whatever they are. But I still got one voucher on deck. Not sure. I was going to use it on Ultimate Alliance 3, but I heard that's having some issues still. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
we'll see.
There will be something.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Lastly, like I said, apparently I wasn't looking very hard for Nintendo news. If you're looking for a dock, they have refurbished docks for $40 at the Nintendo store. I actually thought about getting one to keep one in my living room,
Just have,
and then
yeah.
have my other dock here in my bedroom or in the office.
I support you on that decision. As I said, barely played docked. I actually played docked a little bit while you were gone.
Yeah.
I played Diablo 3 docked mode, which was way more fun dock mode than in handheld mode.
Maybe you're missing
So
out
I
on
might
other
do that
games.
again.
Maybe there's a
Yeah.
bunch of games you're missing out.
Well, I tried Slay the Spire dock too, and that's way better handheld mode. So
Yeah.
I'll probably give it. I actually have my dock set up now, so I'm probably gonna give that a couple more tries.
That's so funny.
Some
You're
games.
so dumb. You do Mario Smash Brothers. Put Smash Brothers on there. That's probably a much better game.
Oh, I did play Smash
Okay.
Brothers against one of my friends, Doc too.
Yeah,
But I'm not playing that game all the time.
that's true.
I like that game, but that's like strictly a party game
Yeah.
for me, I guess. But I don't know. I support you in that decision, and it's cool that they're releasing something that's not $90.
Dude, it's insanity how expensive a brand new one is.
When this thing is like not that much.
No.
It's like, hey, this thing has like a couple ports, and maybe it does have something in there where I just don't know because I didn't make it and I don't understand electronics, but it doesn't look like all that much.
Actually, they need to come up with an updated version of that dock with an Ethernet port. Right now, you have to get an adapter to run Ethernet on it.
I mean, they probably will.
I hope so. That's the pro.
Just
pro
holding that
version.
off until the
That's the
pro
pro,
version,
yeah. All right, let's get into.
Okay.
Let's get it. Oh, actually, there was a Nintendo Online update, like 2 new games, but I've never heard either of them, and it's pretty much garbage for me.
Okay, that was a good update. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. So that was that. Nintendo Online is garbage. Just had to say it again. That's what I really wanted to say.
Oh, I got my Twitch Prime, my second 9 months. So
Perfect.
that's good for me.
That is great for you. All right, let's get into general gaming news. We got a ton of stuff to get through, and we don't have much time. All right.
Yep. Speed mode.
Gamescom next week,
Gamescom.
29th. I think it's
I
Monday.
never watch it. I'm excited to watch the videos after and see what happens. That's about it.
That's why
I
we're
hope
not going to record about it that day. We're going to record about it the following week after all the information is out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Rocket League is getting rid of loot boxes. Good for them, I guess.
Yeah,
We'll see. I don't know.
I think it's more of a
Rocket
sign of the industry change,
Yeah.
right?
Rocket League's a great game. They seem like they generally take care of their players.
Yeah.
This is unfortunately something I'm going to miss out on because I suck at that game so much. But it seems like it's a lot of fun, and if this is what the players want, and it turns out to be pretty nice, good for them.
Yeah.
Apex news, the most important news. Solo starts tomorrow, the 13th. I'm looking forward to that just so I can get those stupid weekly challenges where it's like, hey, go to the Slum Lakes and get 2 knockdowns and just like hope some other people go there because nobody ever wants to go there
Yeah.
in a squad. So I'm looking forward to that. They did show off some of the skins. They look really cool, especially there's a Pathfinder skin that's going to be coming out, and it looks amazing.
Looks sick. They even
Yeah.
changed the head. That's the best part, right? They
Yeah.
changed the head and the color. Oh, man.
Yeah.
It looks great.
So, and all the other ones I've seen are also generally pretty cool. So
I'm
this is gonna
looking
be
forward to
tight.
it. I'm very excited. I'm excited. I'm unexcited because it's solos.
I mean, we'll probably just play it together at the same time and talk to each other.
Probably.
Which will be fine.
It's just,
And
it's a shame.
I do play that game, solo a lot with other people. So I think I'll be sort of ready for it.
I'll play as much as it takes me to complete all the challenges and get the skins, and that's about it.
Yep, that's probably the same for me too.
But there's no talk about any gameplay changes or. I mean, I think at this point we know how Respawn is handling this game. They're pretty quiet for most of the time until you get to like an event or mid-season and then upcoming season. That's about it. That's pretty much how they divvy out information.
That's fine.
Yeah. Well, they have the challenges
Game.
now, so you don't really need them to talk as much because you're busy,
Yeah,
right?
just playing the game.
Yeah.
Let's slide down to Modern Warfare. I have been playing the game I like to play, where I don't watch any footage or read up on stuff before the game comes out. It's Call of Duty. I know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
I know you're more into it, so if you want to go over it a bit.
Yeah. Let's. I think it's
Give me
just.
a quick rundown.
I think it's interesting. It's a very. It's definitely. I was watching a lot of gameplay and commentary on it, and the combat is a lot slower. Like even movement looks slower, except for they have like a super sprint, which is faster than a sprint, but the aim out time
That
is
makes
longer.
sense.
Right. The aim out time is longer, so it's like a.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how Halo. Remember when they added sprint in Halo 5, and if you're sprinting, your shield doesn't recharge. Like it's
Yes.
a risk reward kind of thing.
Everything that I see here looks, or that I've seen that you told me, sounds interesting. It sounds, kind of like an older Call
Yeah.
of Duty.
That's kind of what it looks like. But it looks visually, and the way it moves, kind of reminds me of Siege.
I haven't watched enough Siege.
Yeah.
I've only played it that one time
Yeah,
where I
hated it.
got yelled at and then decided I don't want to play this game anymore.
But
I've never watched anything really.
let me hit the bullet points. There's no mini map, which Reddit is not happy about, but we're cool with it. Hardcore. We played
We
hardcore.
play hardcore mostly anyways.
Yeah.
So,
So, hardcore looks more hardcore.
that's fine. I mean, how?
I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
The map design, they're getting away from the 3-lane models that they've been doing, especially like Black Ops does, and they're doing like
Yeah.
asymmetrical maps and a lot more rooms and just shit in the way. Could be good.
As long as it's a good designed map, that's cool.
Yeah.
If it's poorly designed maps, that's a bad choice, because then you're just getting funneled into death.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Well, they mentioned they wanted to bring back power positions. So like back in the day, even in Halo, right? You would have like a couple spots on the map that if you could hold it down, you're pretty much raining death, right?
Yep.
So, and I guess the 3-lane model doesn't have that as much. So
No.
they really trying to bring back to the power position thing and kind of like forcing people like, yeah, it's unfair. That's the point. It's who can maintain it, and it's a battle of attrition essentially, right? Who can capture it and recapture it. It's like adding capture the flag without being capture the flag.
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We'll see. I mean, that's an interesting change. I feel like old Call of Duty, or not old, like the recent Call of Duties are just like, I got killed going this way, I'm going to run the other way now. And it's just like a nonstop run around the map.
yeah.
And there's no let's hold this spot, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like a couple games at that.
Multiplayer suite is pretty varied. You got 2v2, 6v6, 10v10, 20v20, and a possible 50v50 mode. With
I feel like
vehicles,
this is one of the
with helicopters, tanks. Yeah.
we'll see. That's never my favorite part of a game, but
Well, you like Battlefield.
Battlefield does.
Yeah.
I always like to just snipe in Battlefield.
Me too. But I mean, that's
Yeah.
and I guess the maps, they're even like the 20v20 maps, they're saying felt too big even for 20v20 people. Like they felt like it was made for even a larger population.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I think they're really jumping on the Battlefield failure, Battlefield 5 failure, and like trying to capture that group of people that have that itch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, they didn't have to do that. They could just try to capture the people who have the Call of Duty itch. But if you can combine those two games
Sure.
and get the best out of both worlds, then you just possibly just kill Battlefield,
In a way.
which
Well, Battlefield killed Battlefield.
Battlefield maybe already, yeah,
But
just that one extra twist.
That game is out on October 25th, which is fine because it's after Borderlands, so it gives us a little time to play Borderlands. But an early beta for us specifically will be September 21st to the 23rd, which is not far from now.
Okay.
Which I'm actually gone that weekend.
You know what they say, sucks to suck.
Yeah, I'll be in Phoenix, so
For Honix.
or Tucson actually. But yeah,
Tuscan.
I'm looking forward to the game. We'll see how this beta turns out, but yeah, looking forward to it.
Yep. What's up with Activision? You want to
Oh, actually,
quickly touch this
yeah,
one?
I'm going to touch this and I'm going to talk about how it ties into something else. So, Activision, they released Crash Team Racing, which has great praise. I hear great reviews if you're into kart racing. It's like a more complex
Adult.
Yeah, more complex Mario Kart, essentially.
Yep.
But they just it launched without any type of monetization. They're running like a season essentially, and now they're adding essentially monetization to it. From what I've read, it's not like too crazy because it's all cosmetic, and to obtain, you could buy, like you could spend money for currency or you could earn the currency. I just don't know what the rate of earning is, but it seems like everything earns currency.
Yeah. Probably pretty slow
Yeah,
based on every other game.
which I mean, neither of us play this, but it's more of the business trends that are curious associated to not just Activision, but as an industry as a whole. So we always see about how much we hate monetization and stuff like that, but they just did like their earnings call, and they made $800 million on monetization alone, not even on game purchases.
Yeah, makes sense. There's always some people who are willing to throw money at it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's more than just some people, right? Like, I think the
Yeah,
vocal
well,
or
yeah.
the absolute minority and the majority have spoken really well with their dollar. So as long as people keep spending money, this stuff's going to keep happening. And it's just going to be part of the industry.
Which, I'm pretty fine with it. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care. Like, other games have monetization, and I just don't touch it. Some games do, and I will spend a little bit of money.
Hmm.
But it always depends on what the value is to you.
Sure.
Like, if it's worth it to you, go ahead. Like, for me, when I got 2K for $3, I was like, well, all my friends are higher level, and I want to play with them a little bit. I'm gonna spend an extra $20
Yeah.
because then you're basically still paying half price for the game, but you're just getting to play it more.
That's how I felt with Path of Exile. Path of Exile has a huge, they call that MTX, microtransaction system. And I've spent, not on cosmetics, just on like extra storage space and stuff like that. And currency, they call them currency tabs because there's so much currency in that game. And yeah, I've probably spent like $40. No, I probably spent more like $50. About 30
but-
on PC and 20 on the Xbox version.
Yeah, that's your,
Yeah, but it's a free to play game.
it's a free game.
Yeah, it's a free to play game, and like I'm happy. These guys do amazing job at updating it.
Yep.
So, last
Um,
piece of news.
do you want to close out on this?
Yeah, we'll just close out on this.
Yeah.
So, Cyberpunk 2077, specifically CD Projekt Red, probably best developer. CD Projekt Red, the kind, right? They're the kind.
They're up there. I don't know if they're the best,
How,
but they definitely are probably the best of the big ones,
sure.
But they're in a different country, and maybe things are different over there. And
Different
they
cultural
value,
values. Yeah.
yeah, have different values.
But they've officially said there's no pre-order bonuses to any version of the game. Everyone gets the exact same game, regardless of pre-order or on release date.
That's cool of them. I don't really pre-order games. I normally just go buy it
Sure.
like in the first
Yeah.
week or two, and then I always get the pre-order bonus anyways. But it's cool that everybody's gonna get the same thing. It's not like it really matters for that game. Like it would suck if there was like some extra missions or something that was really cool. But I mean, good on them. Pretty much no matter what they say, like they don't have to say anything good about the game anymore. Everybody's already gonna
Yeah,
get it.
everyone's gonna buy it.
They just have to not say anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So
they've said other stuff, but so like they've had a lot of backlash about like the cultural stuff or whatever or weird, just weird shit. But I thought it was interesting for CD Projekt Red in a way that just the way they handle their business. They don't handle like all the other big companies do. Like if you look at Rockstar, who fucking monetize the crap out of you, or Activision, or anything like that. This company, just based on their like with the way they handled Witcher 3, just shows kind of like an old school way of development,
mhm.
right? Like here's the product, here's a game, the whole game that we made for you.
I mean, there was DLC
Yeah, but those were like
on
20
Witcher
hour
3.
pieces each,
Yeah,
right?
more of expansion
They're
packs, I
huge.
guess.
Like that's not
Yeah,
something, and they're completely different stories. So they don't really. That's 20 hours of completely new storyline. That's not that would not
doesn't
fit into the
impact.
main game,
Yeah.
right? And
Yep.
that's the problem. Like when they start pulling pieces out that could have easily been part of the main game.
Yep. I don't know. They're cool. Everybody likes them. They make a good game.
Yeah.
There's not much more else to say about that.
I just
Uh,
hope it inspires other developers to be like,
I think
you can be successful and not do those things.
it'll inspire the smaller
Yeah.
guys.
The up and comings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the ones who are set in stone and doing it their way
Yeah. I mean,
gonna probably stick like
the
that.
Activision EAs of the world are not going to change, right?
No, no need to.
Yeah.
You're making money. You're making money.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much the big news, or some of the news over the past couple weeks. There's more. I have like so much
There's a
bookmarked.
lot
I
more.
have so much bookmarked, but we can't get into it all. Other than that, next week, like I said, we're not going to cover Gamescom till a week after. So next week we're gonna do a kind of like a where we're at in 2019 when it comes to games. We're gonna go
Yep.
over our favorite games, anticipated games,
Least favorite game.
surprise games, even right, games that surprised you. So
Biggest regret
regret. I'm sure there's a lot of regret. Uh, but yeah,
for me, especially.
we'll jump into that next week. Other than that, everyone have a wonderful time and do your thing.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.